From WGEM in high definition, this is WGEM News at 10, the Tri-State's news leader.
We've got new coronavirus cases and deaths to report in the Tri-States tonight. A local community theater has big hopes for next year as they rely on community support to get by. Plus, we're learning more about a deadly crash in Hannibal this afternoon. Good evening, this is Frank Healy with WGEM News. We start with tonight with an update to breaking news we first brought you on WGEM.com earlier today. We now know the identity of the victim of a fatal pileup just outside of Hannibal this afternoon and what caused the wreck. According to the Missouri State Highway Patrol, 75-year-old Shelbina resident Cecilia Kendrick was driving east on US 36 around 12:47 p.m. when her car crossed the median into the path of a semi-truck heading the opposite way. Kendrick was pronounced dead at the scene by Marion County Coroner Rick Jones. Troopers said she was not wearing a safety device. Turning to our coronavirus coverage tonight, we've got new deaths to report in the Tri-States. The Hancock County Health Department announced 2 new COVID-19 related deaths tonight. That brings the county to 19 total COVID-19 related deaths. The health department also reported 16 new confirmed cases. We've also got the latest numbers for Adams County. The county reported 18 new cases today, bringing the total to 5,056. The county's 7-day positivity rate also fell slightly today to 4.22%. The number of active cases went down again to 412. The number of hospitalized Adams County residents went up, however, to 49. Across the river in Missouri, rural health departments like Knox County are calling for your help mitigating COVID-19 once again. Their big concern is COVID-19 is more active than the numbers currently show. They say they're concerned about individuals who have been encouraged to test but haven't. They're asking for residents to follow COVID-19 guidelines. This as they get calls about people who were told to quarantine being out and about in the community. Staying in the Show Me state there, St. Louis Children's Hospitals are now treating adult patients as area hospitals struggle to keep up with the rising coronavirus cases. The St. Louis Post-Dispatch reports both St. Louis Children's Hospital and Cardinal Glennon Children's Hospital have opened their doors to adults. The newspaper reports they have also reopened a temporary morgue. Meanwhile, the St. Louis County Health Department continues to crack down with COVID-19 restrictions, shutting down a 5th business for serving customers inside. Oh, hold on. Wait. Okay, there we go. Logan, thank you. The pandemic is still bringing hardship to many local art organizations and programs. The Legacy Theater in Carthage, Illinois says despite 2020's difficulties, they have hope for the new year. WGEM's Charity Bell reports on how you can take part in their future.
These doors at the Legacy Theater in Carthage, Illinois have been closed since February.
2 shows in February, and then after that, everything else was canceled.
Legacy Theater Foundation board member Amy Graham says the pandemic turned their world upside down.
Because we are at a position where only 50 people would be allowed in the theater at one time, and that would not be feasible for us.
After a year of canceled shows, she says they're thousands of dollars behind where they should be, but haven't lost hope.
Thank you for that abbreviated version, Charity. Graham says they have all their shows planned for 2021. She says you can expect the first shows of the year in February, March, and April. You can find a link to support the theater online on WGEM.com. Into more local headlines tonight, Quincy Republican 5th Ward Alderman John Mast is challenging the nominating petition of his opponent in the primary for the election next year, fellow Republican Steve Homan. According to the Herald Whig, Mast says Homan's petition was invalid because he did not list the office he would be running for on his paperwork, citing the 2021 candidates guide issued by the Illinois State Board of Elections. Mast was appointed to the seat in 2019. Mast and Homan, if they are both able to run, will be running to fill the seat for 2 years. Moving to regional headlines tonight, there's a possible conclusion to the cold case involving the murder of newborn twins from 2003 after Illinois police found and arrested the baby's mother. Investigators say they were able to finally identify the baby's mother, Antoinette E. Briley, 17 years later through genealogy testing. She was arrested during a traffic stop. Investigators say she admitted to giving birth to her twins and then dumping their bodies.
I'm happy that there's closure for the twins. You know, there was nobody fighting for them. So I am happy that we identified who did this to them, and it's kind of a surreal feeling.
It's unclear why Briley killed the boys at this time. Investigators say she doesn't have a criminal record. Briley currently lives in Michigan and has a 12-year-old daughter. If convicted, she faces life in prison. An investigation is underway in St. Louis after a police officer shot and killed a man wielding a screwdriver. The city's police chief says it happened while police were searching a storage facility with a history of being burglarized. Officers found and confronted two men. One charged officers with a screwdriver and was shot and died at a local hospital. A former Illinois state senator facing prison after pleading guilty to political corruption has died from COVID-19. Martin Sandoval pleaded guilty in January to taking thousands of dollars in campaign contributions from red light camera company SafeSpeed in exchange for blocking legislation that would hurt the company. Sandoval agreed to cooperate with federal prosecutors in their ongoing corruption probe as part of his plea agreement. News from our nation's capital tonight. President Trump is still on the attack against fellow Republicans, hitting the campaign trail and demanding steps to override the election. Meanwhile, the FDA is expected to give emergency approval to a COVID-19 vaccine this week to fight the virus that is currently killing around 2,000 Americans a day. Late today, the president announced his personal attorney, Rudy Giuliani, has tested positive for COVID-19. NBC's Jennifer Johnson has our story.
At a campaign rally for two Georgia Senate candidates, President Trump ramped up his pressure and publicly shamed Georgia's Republican Governor Brian Kemp to call for a special legislative session to override the election results.
Your governor should be ashamed of himself.
The president reiterated baseless claims of voter fraud. His campaign lost legal challenges in 6 states Friday, and Georgia is apparently ignoring his demands.
We're certainly not going to move the goalpost at this point in the...
The Senate is supposed to break for the holidays December 18th. California's new stay-at-home order went into effect tonight. The new order comes amid surging COVID-19 cases and hospitalizations around the state. Hairstylists doing their clients' hair for one last time before another shutdown say they wish there was an alternative as they're forced to close once again.
So we're just going to take care of as many people as we can, and then hopefully we can open back in 3 weeks.
And you just want to go back to normal and live your life like you used to.
Also on the list, playgrounds, museums, nail salons, movie theaters, and more. Restaurants will also move to takeout and pickup or deliveries only. Across the Atlantic Ocean, Britain is now distributing the Pfizer COVID vaccine to hospitals. People over 80 years old, frontline healthcare workers, and nursing home staff, and as well as residents, will be getting the Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine this week. The chief pharmacist at the first hospital to receive the vaccine was understandably excited.
It's just incredible, actually. Obviously, I can't hold them in my hands because they are minus 70 degrees, but to know that they are here and we are amongst the first in the country to actually receive the vaccine and therefore the first in the world is just amazing. I'm so proud.
20 million people will receive this vaccine. Around 800,000 doses should be available within the first week.